Ace-5 offsuit on the button is enough reason for me to be aggressive at the micro stakes. So sometimes I call, sometimes I raise, and it just depends on how I'm feeling. But in this position, in this particular hand, I elect to raise. Two players call, and we see a pretty good board for small pairs and over pairs. So I don't feel like I got much showdown value against two players. I turn a gutter as a backup plan, but I see an opportunity to bluff, so I decided to take it and see if it works. And to my surprise, and probably ours too, he folds. Pocket sixes +1, I decide to open. If I get raised in this position, I'm probably going to call any bet. The big blind defends, and it's a pretty safe flop. A lot of time when these guys lead, it's either a weak top pair, a straight draw, flush draw, or ace high. Unless I got an ugly run out, I plan on calling down. 9 on the turn means he has less 9x. The jack on the river is kind of scary. He could have king jack, ace jack, but I decided to keep him honest, and luckily I win this time. Under the gun with queen jack offsuit. Sometimes I fold this hand but I decided to be a little loose and splash around a bit. Getting 3 callers is no fun, but it's not too bad when I flop a queen. The small blind decides to lead into 3 other players, which I think is just some type of combo draw or a weak top pair. I called, not expecting to get squeezed too often. 9 of diamonds introduces 2 flush draws. Not a scary card for me because I'm a calling station, so I decided to call one more time. And the 9 of spades seems pretty safe to me, so I'm gonna call pretty much any bet, even all in. A small bet is music to my ears. I go ahead and make the call and take another one down. Ace-4 offsuit in the big blind. I got really lazy this hand, and that doesn't lead to good results. The button limps, and I just flat call, which is super lazy. Even though I see 2 aces on the flop, I check, which is not too bad. Plus, dude is very shallow. I mean, he has less than like 30 big blinds left. So I make the call when he bets small, and queen on the turn. I don't see any point besides checking. 6 of hearts on the river completes a flush. I bet small, he jams, and I call trying to bluff catch, but of course he's not bluffing. Queen 10 of clubs on the button. It's a hand I like to squeeze with. Middle position limps, so I decided to raise it on up, make it 65 cents. And to my surprise, I see a limp mid-raise. I should have just folded. But I get a great flop with queen 9-8. 1 club, so I got a backdoor, flush draw, and a straight draw. Ace of clubs on the turn is good enough for me to be pot committed. He bets super small. I raise. He calls. It's a 5 of diamonds. Everything bricks. I jam anyway like an idiot, and he shows me pocket aces. Not surprised at all. This hand was out of pure frustration. Wasn't too much going my way, and I tried to force the action a little too much. 7-3 on the button. I decide to open and get the small blind and the big blind to continue. Flop is 10-10-9 with 2 diamonds. Looks good enough for me to blast, so I start with the 3/4 bet. Small blind recognizes I'm out of line, and the big blind folds. Ace on the turn doesn't stop me from trying to represent a 10. I have 0 showdown value with the 8 of spades on the river, so I decide to shove and get called by ace queen. Ace king also on the button. I told y'all I play a lot of hands on the button. Under the gun limps, +1 re-raises. +1 has a very short stack, so it's not a whole lot maneuverability. But I still decided to try to deny equity for the rest of the players in the field. So I raise it like 2.2 and he makes the call. King 7 with 2 spades. I had the ace of spades and the king of hearts, so it's a pretty good flop for me. He checks and flow. I check back because I feel like I got the board locked up. 4 spades on the turn. Great card for me, so I bet small. He rips it. I make the pretty easy call, and he has king, queen of clubs, so I end up holding. And I decided to end that session on a good note. 10 and L has been brutal, so I'm moving up to 25. Thanks for watching, y'all.